Hey everyone, Paul Wheeler here at Wheeler Health U. Today is Pilates Monday, and we're going to talk about doing some stability work on it's called a fit ball, but it's a little squishy ball. And you can also use a pillow, like a soft pillow or a firm pillow, depending on how much stability you want to work. But so you can use that if you don't have one of these squishy balls at home. If you have a harder ball, that may work, but you don't want it to be super hard because it's just not that comfortable. But it just gives you a little bit different of a challenge than just doing some of the work on the floor. So we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do some fundamentals and then some extensions and neutrals, and then maybe we'll add some stability work in there too with doing opposite arm or dying bug, if you want to call it that. So you're going to line your back, bring the ball underneath your hips, and then there's a couple different positions. We're going to start with the legs up and the elbows down, and then you're just going to inhale as you lower your right leg, exhale as you lift, and then inhale as you lower your left leg, and exhale as you lift. And your goal is to just make sure you stay on the ball. Now, as far as positioning goes, you want to make sure that if you're too low, then it's going to tuck your pelvis back. But if you're too high, then you're going to arch your lower back. So you want to find that middle ground where you keep nice neutral pelvis as you do these movements. Now if you want to progress this, you can bring your arms up. And so now you don't have your arms to help stabilize you. So you're really giving your body a lot of input to stabilize and control each movement. And you would inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. And then if you want to move into, we'll call it dying bug, you reach one arm, one leg, and then bring it back in, and reach the opposite arm, opposite leg. Obviously a pillow is a little bit easier just because it doesn't roll, it's flat. But again, it gives you that input and really, I guess, I don't know if rev is the right word, but it revs up your nervous system to get it really activated for something very, very simple. So you inhale, you reach, exhale, you bring everything back. Just creating as much tension in the abs that you need in order to make the movement happen. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Then you just roll off there, take the ball out. Now if you have a difficult time bringing it under, you can roll to one side and roll up onto it. So that's an option too, because these are pretty sticky. Next you're going to go into a top-down movement, which is extension to neutral. And I don't like to call it a crunch because a crunch we think more about like crunching. You crunch and you shorten, you compress. But what we're working on is thoracic extension. So thoracic extension to neutral, and we're focusing on pulling the abs in to stabilize. So it's inhale as you extend, exhale to come in. Now if you want to progress this, you can draw one knee in, and then inhale as you lower, and then exhale, draw the other knee in. Now another thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing this is as you go into extension, try to breathe into your lower ribs. That way your lower back doesn't overextend. Because if we're stiff in the thoracic spine, our body's going to want to try to create movement somewhere else, and that might be the lower back. And we don't want to overextend the lower back as we go down. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. Then you can progress to both knees up, inhale as you extend, exhale. So as you can see, it's not a huge movement, but my abs are really working. Now if you want to progress this even further, you can bring the ball lower on the back, and that challenges the body or the abs a little bit more. And if it feels a little too difficult, you just bring the ball a little bit higher. Okay? And the last exercise we're going to go into is elbow to knee. So you're going to inhale as you extend, exhale. You can rotate to one side, inhale, exhale, rotate to the other side. and obviously a little bit more difficult because you're rotating, so your potential to roll on the ball is much greater. And I'll just do one more on each side. Using that breath. And that's it. So it really can get your abs to become more awake, and it can really rev up your nervous system. And it's an awesome exercise that I love to use, and I love using this ball for a lot of different ways to challenge the body. So so just some fundamentals with the ball underneath your hip. You can progress that to a dying bug, and you can go to the extension of neutrals and add rotations to it as well. And then you can add tons of other exercises to it, but those are the simple ones for now. Let me know what you think, and that is Pilates Monday.